Have you noticed the recent tension between Trench and Darling? They've both been acting odd lately. Trench concerns me the most. His sudden hostility towards Darling's project is very unlike him. He was the one to approve all this Hedron research in the first place, but after Darling unveiled those HRAs, he was livid. I personally don't see any reason not to equip Bureau staff with an additional protective device, especially if it's not as strong as Darling says. Especially not if it's as strong as Darling says. What do you make of this? Have you seen anything from either of them that strikes you as odd? Let's talk in person soon. Before the next Bureau heads meeting. Oh, it's good. Oh shit, I fucking fucked up, darling. I fucked up. Right. Missing agents.
Mr. Kirkland, our latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead, from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Cruz.
I'm getting some Snape vibes. Should we just go with Snape?
Agent Caroline Dempsey. Agent Lindsay Malcolm. Agent Charles Murray. Agent Derek Shah. Letters of condolence will be delivered upon you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases you were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebrick. They're lost, I'm afraid.
I feel like it's an average voice day today.
To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as Head of Investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's welfare. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our predecessor, who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the creature loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The agency has failed its agents. I shall never forgive him for that, Director. Sincerely, William Kirkland.
He's ready.
So, you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was fucking hired to do?
My job?
Want to know what I call that process? Bullshit! Asking us to interrogate this scum without using words like altered items or ores or para-criminal is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I've heard some fucking stupid things. They already know the facts, precious. Hell, they know just as much as us, if not more, and they get to sit there laughing at us while we dance around our words, trying not to leak classified terminology. They already know the fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those trucks. He killed those people. Oh, to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, precious. And you need to let me back in that interrogation cell so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them.
Wait, let me redo that one.
This won't stop unless we stop them. Yes, we can stop them. You can go ahead and put me on suspension. See if that slows me down. Agent Gollum.
Hewitt,
So, Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target, or, like you asked, I'm sending me report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this grooming Morales desertion issue. Fucking hell, I can't read. We didn't find any sign of him here. Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case, but that was just the adults if I remember the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an R, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off, and maybe get the comms guy working on a cover story. Sincerely, Aidan Keenum.
Mr. Dennis, so yeah, there's an increase in all cases, and yeah, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why this is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more all cases, you need to give us more people. Sorry, it's process, isn't it, American? It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we barely managed to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the older items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is gonna sound paradoxal, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson.
Word check. Dead dog. I see your creepy teeth delivery and raise you a dead dog, like a straight up deceased dog. Had a collar on it and everything. It'd be rotting in that box since they packed it up. Go ahead and imagine how that smelled. Just don't go whining to me. I wish I got to watch a parade of human teeth. Guess who had to inspect an inbound delivery of like 100 teensy tiny little boxes? Me. That's who. And you know what was inside each one? A single human tooth. Fucking gross! Sorry, hi. My feet gossip at night, and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. The Eagle Limited, or 44, I can't read words. Event summary. A trail derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries were suspected to have been the work of a paracriminal group known as Blank. Oh no! As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether the awe was spontaneous or the direct result of the sabotage event response. The Bureau has been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency processes underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. Our suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited a altered state when entered. This individual car was secured and transported to the investigation center for further studies. It was meant to be Kermit the Frog, actually, but I guess
Bert, where'd you go, Bert? You were here a minute ago.
that's more Ernie. I think.